What up, athletes? Welcome back to my channel. We are back on the East Coast. This is Conversation Tree Road, and we are at the corner of Conversation Tree Road and Belair Springs. This is the entrance to Belair Springs. They've actually created a new entrance, right? They've actually changed the entrance. I think everybody wants to be like Windsor Estates. So they've actually built this gateway to Belair Springs. It's close to the Rupert Craig Highway, right? That's the corner of Rupert Craig Highway and Conversation Tree Road, where they have police officers conducting traffic because, of course, what they've done is they've used half of the westbound lanes for half of the eastbound lanes for westbound traffic, and that's causing some confusion. But yeah, this is what's happening here at Belair Springs. Belair Springs, this is the entrance to Belair Springs. I've actually never done a review of the. Hey, morning. Good, thanks for subscribing. So what we want to do this morning is take a look at the progress on the railway road. All right, it's right here at the corner of Conversation Tree Road and Railway Road. So the last time we were here, about 3 weeks ago, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, we saw that they were completing the westbound. They had completed the westbound lanes up to this point, and they were paving the eastbound lanes here at the railway road. Oh, by the way, on the other side, that is another gated community that is Belair Gardens. Belair Gardens behind these walls, and Belair Springs on the opposite side. But right at this intersection, they are widening Railway Road. Now, what happened since the last time we were here? There, apparently they've covered. Right, last time we were here, we walked from Sheriff Street and found that they had covered the eastbound lanes and the westbound lanes, but they had not yet opened this eastbound side of the road to traffic. Now it seems as if traffic is moving on the eastbound lanes, but at this point, all of the lanes are westbound. So they have completed the not the resurfacing, the widening of the railway road, but they're still making both sides at this point westbound. Now they've been doing this for several years because the road was narrow and they wanted to maximize the flow of traffic into Georgetown. Now that they have resurfaced and widened the railway road, so now you have 4 lanes basically. Apparently they're still allowing traffic heading west into Georgetown to use both sides of this road. So on the one hand, it does create more lanes for traffic to flow into Georgetown. On the other hand, I think it's a bit confusing because I've seen people at least twice now driving against traffic on this road. So they ought to fix it soon before it causes an accident. But what has happened what has happened since the last time we were here. This side of the road is now paved. Remember the last time we were here, the side of the road we were standing on, which is the north lanes, north of the other side, which is the south lanes. This road runs east to west. So the north lanes where I'm standing on is usually eastbound traffic heading up the east coast, and the south lanes from the other side, usually westbound traffic heading into Georgetown. Now the median, which right now is just a narrow strip of concrete, should for safety actually be a Jersey barrier. That means a waist high barrier of a concrete wall basically. And they haven't yet, I guess, decided what to do with the center lanes, whether they're going to put lights there. But what is clear is that they've actually added lights. These are the traffic lights. They're on the side of the road, on the shoulder, right? These are the traffic lights are now placed on the shoulder of the road rather than in the center, in the median. You can see that all along in the distance, as well as looking back where we've come from. You can see the traffic lights, those light lampposts are on the side, on the shoulder, on the parapet near to the canal. So I'm not sure what they're going to be doing with that, with the center, this median, whether they're going to actually put traditional traffic lights on it. Now, on the other side, I'm sure this drain is meant to be covered because you don't want cars flipping over the curb and ending up in this drain, because that is surely likely to be a fatal accident. But so there's still a number of tasks to be done to complete this East Coast Railway Road widening or expansion at this section. So what they've accomplished is to resurface the road. However, they have to cover these drains or at least put up a guardrail to prevent cars from ending up in the storm drain. On the other hand, there is some significant progress since both sides of the road, this widened road, are now covered with asphalt, and it's quite smooth. In other words, they haven't made the same mistake that they made at the Heroes Highway, where the surface is concrete and it's certainly not smooth. But this is what is happening, guys. This is what is happening. Now, that's Belair Springs. We actually passed the entrance to Belair Springs. But this neighborhood on the other side of the canal is Belair Springs. And that next intersection, one coming up, that's where Sophia begins. Sophia begins there, and the next one, next major road, marks the beginning of Lilliendale. So it seems as if the road has been completed past Belair Springs. That is the surface, surface of the road, surface of this railway road. Traffic lights installed on the sides and so on. Up to Sophia. Still a whole lot of dust coming up off the road here because yes, construction cleanup has not yet happened. But yeah, this is what's happening. This road and the canal takes you back out to Rupert Craig Highway, and it's the boundary between Sophia and Belair Springs. Now, the fact that the median goes across, so the median prevents traffic from coming along this road that is and continuing into this neighborhood. Again, I don't know if that is some random decision of somebody thought this out, but right here at the intersection that's at the boundary of Railway Road and Belair Springs or Belair Road, there seems to be interesting decision to prevent traffic from crossing over Railway Road. I don't know if that was a mistake or if that was by design, but this is what it looks like at this intersection.